Okay, last part.
Part three. This
Woohoo.
was this was a wild ride.
Yeah, Candy and I just spent the last 40 minutes summarizing the last part of this book.
Seriously, we don't have any time to chit chat or waste
No
time on banter.
dilly-dallying.
No dilly
No,
dally. We're getting right into this thing.
not today. Yeah. Well, welcome to Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy,
And I'm Candace.
and today we're finishing Skin Stealer's Son. Woo!
Woo!
I was so excited to finish this book. Like after we had finished part two last time.
Yeah, I know. I I thoroughly enjoyed. I think that last bit was the best part.
Like what we just read.
Yeah.
It was really good. Yeah. No, I really like a lot of things are kind of starting to come together. Still a lot of intrigue though. Still
Yeah.
not entirely sure.
I would say I felt like I got 80%, 80 to 85%.
I think I got about that much. I think. But honestly, I still have some questions by the end, which I think is her point. I think we're not supposed to know everything.
I don't think we're supposed to know everything either. I think it was your friend who said that they reread this book multiple times.
Yeah. And then it finally made sense. I was like, oh,
It definitely has a lot of reread value.
yeah, that's really cool.
I re-listened to our episodes on book one, and it was really fun hearing us kind of circle around. I feel like we were pretty close on a lot of things.
So I didn't re-listen to those, but that's cool that we actually guessed some things. I know
We,
you
I feel
guessed
like,
some good things on the second episode here.
well, I even guessed some big things in the end of episode two, which when we get there, I'll reveal because I was
Oh
tickled
yeah.
that finally one of my guesses worked out.
Allison took all your notes. She said, longer book, done. Brilliant idea, check.
Ah, not that I have brilliant ideas, but I do feel like when we're coming up with theories, sometimes I'll come up with something I'm like, this feels really good. This would have been a good idea. So it's always like
Yeah.
really great when that great idea is
Got
displayed before
published.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Allison
what's a
thought it
good
was a good
idea?
idea too. I find her very agreeable. What can I
Mm-hmm.
say?
I trust Allison.
Yeah. So overall, what do you think about like the ending? What were your like big feels? We didn't do the emoji game, but what are you
Oh,
thinking?
yeah, I totally forgot about that. I'm thinking I really want to read the third book. I was
Yeah.
super ready to just start book number three. I was like,
Yeah.
man, super into it. Want to know what happens. Really exciting ending. This could go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, big
Mm-hmm.
fan. How about you?
The first thing I did was those little stories in italics in book one and two. I went
Oh,
back and read them.
oh, what'd you get?
Hmm. I think once we're done talking about it, we should go back together and kind of parse through because the beginning of the Skin Stealer Son, that one became very clear. The end of book one, I think I
Mhm.
think there's some intrigue there that we should revisit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Allison's so on top of things.
It's
Planning
very
ahead.
well. I think what I'm really enjoying about this book is that it feels very well thought out.
Yeah.
The twists are twisty without being ridiculous.
Yeah. No, they're like really brilliant. Also, the world makes sense. Like
Hmm.
I don't fully understand it, but the parts that I get, I'm like, okay, like very consistent.
Hmm.
Yeah, great twists. Everyone's really layered and multifaceted. That's really cool.
Yes. Right. There's no single note Scooby-Doo villains. There's no
Yeah.
boring people that don't have any development. Everyone is very interesting. You want to get to know more about them. Keeps
Which
you on
is
your
crazy
toes.
because she has a lot of characters.
It's a big
And like I can't
cast
think of any of them that are bland,
that are snooze.
right?
I know. And there's no one that I'm like, oh, you're so annoying. Like, for example, Feyre, where they're making like just frustrating choices constantly.
Yeah.
Even if like the people don't make what I would do or what I think is the right move, I can understand why they do what they do.
Yeah. I agree.
So
Yeah, especially Aaron. I just really like Aaron.
he's a cool dude.
He's super cool.
Although I think if I met him, I would think that he would be like kind of a prick a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. I mean, especially the way he's like treating Orin, feet on the desk, flopping on his bed. Like, I wouldn't love that either. But he's just like
Right.
unashamedly himself.
Yes. Well, we'll probably get to it when we get to it. I think he does that. And I don't think that's really him. I think he's just testing the boundaries of how how much do you need me and how far can I go and be
Oh,
like, what do you call it? Insubordinate?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, how far can I go around defying your authority before I
You
hit the
do something.
boundary? Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. He can go pretty far.
It sounds like he can go pretty far.
Sounds like he can do whatever he wants.
And I feel like I'm the same, I'm very similar in that way.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I can empathize with that of pushing the boundaries and seeing how far until I break someone. So,
Hard to look into a mirror sometimes.
yeah, been there. Been there. Okay, any more opening thoughts before we just get into these chapter summaries?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Book three is still underway, though. That's the update there. Bummer.
Oh, something that I found out is that if you want to learn about Allison MK, you don't look up Allison MK. That's the trick. You have to look up Muffin Lance.
Who is Muffin Lance? Because I've seen that in multiple places. Is that her Tumblr name or something?
Yes. So Muffin Lance,
Oh.
Muffin Lance is Allison MK. And before Muffin Lance became Allison MK, they were just Muffin Lance and they lived on Tumblr and they would write fanfic of different types of fantasy and books and things like that.
Oh.
So there's something called fanlord.org/wiki/muffinlance, and there's a whole wiki page.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
So Muffin Lance published 13 fan works in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Have you watched Avatar: The Last
You've already
Airbender?
asked me.
Okay, you know why I asked you?
Well, last time it's because it reminded you of something, but this time did she write fan fiction?
Well, so she wrote fanfic of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I told you that Princess Adelaide reminded me of one of the
Oh.
characters from Avatar: The Last
Oh
Airbender,
my
just being
gosh, you
a
got
total
that.
baddie. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sometimes her works are collectively known as the Muffin Lance Cinematic Universe, MCLU.
I want to know what Muffin Lance means. It's a great name. I really like all of this.
Yeah, so it sounds like Allison started off with the fanfic, doing some things, getting some practice reps. That's what she does on Tumblr, and then she started her own.
She's killing it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to know what her like, that board, the cork board with all the red string everywhere.
Oh my
I want to know
God.
what that looks like for her to have. I imagine she at least had an idea for all three books because books one and two are just so like seamlessly tight,
Yeah.
you know? Like you can't just make that up as you go.
No.
So I want to know what her planning looks like because she must be super planned. I don't even know, is she writing more than three books for this series? No idea.
I feel like 3 books to me, I was just thinking about the pacing. 3 books feels like the right one.
I kind of feel like that too. I do really love the series though. I mean, she could throw some twists in there and I could read all 7.
She could do spin-offs, but I feel like for this story, just like looking at like the first one was like the building, the build up. This one was okay, we're hitting like this first kind of climax, like, okay, things are not what they are. And it feels like the third book would be the natural wrap this up.
Yeah, I think so.
But I could be convinced otherwise.
I know. Muffin Lance can do whatever she wants.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so that was all that was just a fun little thing that I had.
That's good to know. Yeah, you really that's where we should have gotten our
Author
author
recap.
bio from.
I know. I know. I didn't think to look up
Hilarious.
Muffin Lance. I mean,
Can't imagine why.
okay, so what chapter are we starting on?
We're starting on chapter 40.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going from 40 to the end.
Till the end, which is 55, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we have this in two, we have a summary in 2 parts. Um, Probably both summaries are pretty long. The first one, a
Yeah.
lot happened. But I broke up the summary by like relationships that developed that kind of led to the second half.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to go through it like that, but
Okay.
it's a lot. Okay. So first thing is this section opens up with Aaron at his first late wake meeting. And guess what he discovers?
Everyone's a doppel.
Everyone's a double. What? That's crazy. So that was one of Candy's guesses. Totally got it. We should have turned the page. Everyone is a double. So he's not
Everyone
sure.
in the upper late wake CIA, they're
Yeah.
doppling out in these joints.
Yes. And they're like having these wild parties on the beach. Okay. So he's not sure how he feels about this, but it does explain why he feels more comfortable around them. They
Hmm.
want Oren to be accepting of doppels, so they're curious to see how his humanity trial goes. They burn an effigy of humanity, which they say is a joke, but I get the feeling they actually don't want humanity to continue. So, seems a
Hmm.
little real. At the end of the meeting, Lady gives everyone some fox tongue jerky so they can all lie over Kieran's bone, and even Aaron eats some, which I was surprised by. So,
He
from
throws it up
this,
though.
he does. So, does that mean it doesn't
I think he's not
stick?
convinced. I don't think he could swallow it.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they all eat fox tongue. Oh yeah, so it appears that the lady was the one who killed the fox. Dun dun dun.
And I think we should just spoil the whole lady right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you want to throw in your next part? Or do you want
I was just going to say the lady is, we find out, a kitsune, which
Yes.
is a femme fatale, which I said at the end of book 1. I said it distinctly. I was so proud of myself. Had to go back and listen. She's a femme fatale. She is the four-tailed fox's daughter, the three-tail.
Whoa.
So when the cat said that the two-tail was a dum-dum, it was actually the lady. But I think when she killed her dad, she got her fourth or third tail.
Oh, okay. So she's sisters with the cat that we ran into in the forest.
Well, we don't know what that cat, if that cat was, I only postulated that that cat was the daughter.
Oh,
We don't know
okay,
that.
that's right.
So I
Okay.
think the lady is the real daughter.
Okay, of the fox.
Yeah,
Yeah. So was she supposed to like take care of the forest or something?
I guess so.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was a big bomb that dropped. So, all right. So yeah, so everyone's doppels. We find out at the very end of the book, Lady is a Katsune doppel.
Hmm.
Um, we also find out at this meeting that Rose isn't meant to join the late wake, not because she's a fae, but because she read the second edition book in the castle about like what, fairy tale or something? What was it about? Or the history?
Or because she's the daughter of the kitsune, and she is also a fox.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
That's what I'm
That could
thinking.
happen.
There's a line somewhere where the lady says they don't even know what happens like when doppels give birth and blah 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 blah. And I remember from the author recap, the kitsune can have children and they can be human or they can be magic or they can be full-on foxes.
Oh, oh my God. You could give birth to a fox.
I mean,
That
fox,
seems so uncomfortable.
she's a fox. Honestly, I feel like
That'd be
if you're covered up
crazy in
in
the delivery
fur,
room.
if I gave birth to a fox, I think I would be delighted. The head would be way smaller, covered in fur, slip right out.
I mean, that's probably true, but I would just be shocked. I would be, especially if no one else knows that you're a fox.
Well, okay, yeah, the dad would be shocked, but not you.
You would be like, "Am I the father?" Like, that doesn't look anything like me. Oh my gosh, crazy. Okay, so the second edition book might be a cover up.
Might be, might not. I don't know.
Okay, because it keeps coming up. So I was like, maybe there's something to
Hmm.
it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that all happens at the meeting. Very juicy meeting. And then from there, we see a lot of individual relationships develop that will lead into our big summer blowout battle that Candy will
Yes.
summarize. So a lot happens with the O'Sheas. I'll give some highlights here, but then we'll talk about more about Orin at the end. So with the O'Shea siblings, Aaron keeps delivering their letters, so he gets to talk to them a lot. He takes Rose on a tour of the enclaves, and she's appalled at their living conditions and wants to know why they riot at the sign of hope. She brings this question to Orin, but he doesn't seem to have time for such a question. Aaron keeps planting seeds in Orin's mind, asking him if it really would be so bad if he were a doppel, and why doesn't he want to make nice with the doppels anyway? Orin, on advice from his council, decides to go through with his humanity trial and takes 9 doses of poison. The goal of this is to push him towards changing if he is a doppel, because only a dragon could withstand that much poison. Rose is very upset with this decision and starts writing letters to Orin so he feels guilty about not being nicer to her. It works, and Orin invites his siblings north so they can all be together. Rose can go, but Connor unfortunately can't get away from his princely duties. Okay, so that's with the O'Sheas. Aaron also gets closer with all the Bakers. So John Baker is at the castle. He has a surprise twin that's just known as John's brother, and then they have a mom. So Aaron keeps delivering letters between all the Bakers. John keeps mentioning the second edition book Aaron snatched from the library because Aaron wanted to see what is this book that Rose got banned for. And this is kind of curious because John can't read, but I'm pretty sure John just says that he likes the way it looks and he could learn from it. Something like that, right?
Yeah, he was lying to Aaron. There's a reason why that he wants it.
There's some suspicious stuff going on. Um,
Yeah.
and you might say this in your summary too, but at the end of the story, John ends up stealing the book.
Yes.
So, which is why I'm like, I have a theory on that. Do you want me to say it now?
Ooh. Yeah, what is it?
Okay. So I think at maybe the late wake meeting, I forget, but at one point they're talking about magical books and how there's like blank pages and only certain people can read it. And I think John can read it or the enclavers can read it. Hmm.
Oh,
I think this book has blank pages, and so they can get the secret message.
interesting. That's a great idea.
That's
Hmm.
my thought. I thought that was pretty good. So, so yeah, we'll keep that one bookmarked. Um, on a similar note, Aaron catches John's brother stealing Aaron's population records one night. Aaron has been carrying those around the whole time so he could learn stuff. So Aaron drags the boy back to his mom to teach him a lesson. Aaron thinks the brother just wanted to sell the population records to make some money, but I think the Baker brothers are too into their literature. So
Ugh.
something else is afoot here.
Yes.
Something seems suspicious.
They have an
So,
important book report due.
yeah. Like I can't graduate if I don't have this. Please. Okay. In all of this, Aaron asks the baker's mom what makes the Lord of Seasons forest so special, and she says it's because there's a certain type of oak that grows there. The enclavers try to expand the forest by planting their own acorns in the ground from that special oak tree, but it's very slow progress. Aaron takes this information and then takes some acorns for his own needs that we'll find out later. Okay, and then From here, we also get a little bit on a few other people. So with Lachlan, we learn a bit about Lachlan's backstory, namely that I think his grandmother killed the executioner.
Yes.
I was like, what? So Lachlan has some juicy stuff too.
What I gathered is that in a previous era of the executioner king, he was going around waging war on the Doppels.
Okay.
Sounds like he was the one who was like starting the crusade. And so he is going around rounding up all the Doppels and killing them. That's why he's called the executioner.
Okay.
It sounds like things were getting like out of hand and he needed to be assassinated.
Oh, okay.
Lachlan's dad or grandpa or whoever was like captain of the guard
The Iron Guard,
or
that
the
one.
Iron Guard. Yeah. And so I think he was like in charge of the military. And he basically said,
Oh,
this is out of control. We're going to kill you. We're done with this.
wow.
Yeah. So the fact that Lachlan's still around, I think a lot of people thought it was probably a good idea. But I think also the O'Sheas were a new line entirely, maybe. Like I don't think it just went to the executioner's next kid. I'm thinking it went to a whole new family
Oh,
line, maybe.
interesting.
So that
Yeah.
would also explain why Lachlan was like
Okay
sticking
to stay.
around.
Do they
Yeah.
know that Lachlan's family killed the executioner?
I feel like they must.
Oh, because I was thinking maybe it's like secret. And that's also why he's still around.
It could be secret. I was taking it more of like they don't talk about it a lot because it's not like great, but maybe the O'Sheas and the Lachlan dad teamed up together. Like maybe, like usually something like that will
Mm,
happen where it's like not only the person in charge of the military, but also the person who wants to sit on the throne or be in charge. They work together
yeah,
for the coup.
that makes
So
sense.
it sounded like there was a
Interesting.
coup.
Okay, yeah, it does sound like that. Wow. Okay, so interesting backstory on Lachlan. Also, Lachlan gets very protective of Rose, which I think is really nice, but he keeps coming up.
Hmm.
Okay. We also have the lady. So Aaron and the lady's relationship gets kind of rocky here, I think. On the
Hmm.
less rocky side, Aaron asks the lady about ghosts because he thinks he may be one, and the lady says that ghosts may be the way that the continent knows information it shouldn't. Humanity doesn't like having these invisible spies around, so they don't like the ghosts. So basically, people have these conversations in secret, and then somehow people across the continent know what happened. They're like, how is that going on? And people are like, I think it's because of ghosts. So
Hmm.
that's that. And then on the rockier side of things, Aaron tries to poison the lady, but the lady sees right through it and she doesn't eat the poison. But she also doesn't seem very upset that he tried to kill her. And then by the next part, she actually seems very delighted with Aaron's wit and creativity. So I guess things are fine, but little tension between them.
I think when you're that level of evil and someone tries like some paltry parlor trick on you, it's comical.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
that's
like a
how I
kid.
took it. Yeah, where she's like, okay, dude, you think you're gonna get rid of me with that? Like, good luck. That's how I took it.
I think that's right. Okay, the next character is the deaths. So the deaths become a bigger player in this section. The lady's death is hanging around, and Aaron starts talking with her once it's obvious that the death can see him. Aaron's death also comes, and they have a conversation together. And so from all of this, he learns that humans broke death and give life to ghosts when they die, which is why people have pyres for humans because that stops the ghosts from forming. So again, with the ghosts. Aaron also learns that the lady was supposed to die, but they don't know if she still will die. So Aaron is really changing things here. And the deaths
Hmm.
are just here to enjoy the show.
Yes. So the deaths were always getting invitations for when they were needed. Like, okay, this is like going to be your call time. You're going to show up and this is going to be your part. And the deaths are showing up and then their cue to get on stage never happens.
Like I've sat through so much traffic to get here. I had dinner plans.
Yeah, they're ready to go on and do the Broadway show, sing their song and dance, and then they just never call for them. So,
Oh no.
yeah, but they're like, you know what? This is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they're
So they're
kind of
kind
liking
of
it
in for it.
too.
Yeah.
And is it confirmed, are the deaths the one that have actually been spreading the secrets across the continent?
That's how I took it.
Okay. I think it's heavily implied. I don't know if it's like super explicitly said.
Right. I think what is still unclear is Aaron considered a ghost? What does he mean by ghost? And is that the same thing as a
Yeah.
death? That to me is what is like question mark.
I feel like ghosts and death are different.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah. But yeah, still unclear what, yeah, where Aaron is at in his, on the living spectrum.
Hmm.
Okay. And now finally we're back to Orin. So Orin has the humanity trial, how that works. They give him 9 doses of poison to try to force him into changing. He's definitely feeling it after the first few doses. So how this works, basically the whole gang is around. Rose, Aaron, Lachlan, and then the lady and Addie are the people, Adelaide are the people who give Orin the poisons. And Jesse, his BFF from the troops, is also always there, never leaves his side. And then there's a few times where the gang goes out on some horse rides just for some fun. They have some good conversations. Kind of on one of those conversations, it sounds like Jesse thinks Orin is a dragon. So I thought that he was. But at this point, it's still kind of unclear. He's still alive, has not changed. We'll see what happens.
Hmm. Yeah. Do you get to the final dose in this one or no?
No. Do
No,
we?
I think that's in my recap.
Yeah, I think that's in yours.
Okay. Any more summary?
No more summary.
Okay. So the first thing that I noted was on like the first page of chapter 40.
Okay.
We see there's like this scene where the lady is wearing her white griffin as usual, and Aaron is wearing the deerskin that he typically wants to wear. And so that to me
Yeah.
reminded me of the cover of the book.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel pretty confident in confirming that the cover of the book is the lady as the white griffin on top, and then Aaron as the stag. And it seems like she's trying to catch him in her snare.
I think so. It keeps
Hmm.
evading.
Yeah. So we see the red trident show up. That was something we had talked about in segment 2, and we couldn't figure it out. And it said, heiress of the red trident, Queen Ednant's ginger furred spy master.
So the Red Trident was a spy master and a cat?
Eris Eris is the ginger furred spy master,
Oh.
and Eris is of the red trident. I'm wondering if that
Oh.
is this queen's CIA.
Maybe. So the Red Trident is a
Late wake
form?
counterpart.
Oh.
That's what I'm
Is it
wondering.
was it maybe a phase of the late wake? Like it used to be the Red Trident and then someone else came into power. Now they're like, okay, it's the late wake now. Because Rose wanted to Red Trident it, which maybe means like bring it back to the Red Trident phase.
Maybe the red trident did something for their country or something. Like maybe the
Oh.
group did something that we don't know about that was like really spectacular.
Maybe it's red because of blood. Did they kill the executioner?
Well, Lachlan's family did that. Oh,
Could they
but
be in Red Trident?
well, it sounds like the Red Trident is part of a different queendom. Queen Adnants. Adnants. Some
Okay.
some queen from it's like a counterpart. I don't know what land she rules, but it's not Three Havens, which is what Princess Adelaide rules. It's not Toucans, which Oren rules. I think it's like a third option.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm. We haven't heard about them. I bet that's going to be a big part in book 3.
I think book 3, we're going to learn about the red trident.
Yeah.
But the ginger cat, I was like, is that Rose? But now I think Rose is a fox, and she might not even know yet.
I think Fox is a great idea.
Hmm.
I guess is
Yeah.
there overlap though between Faye and Fox? Like she's tiny?
Well, Fae is just a generic term for magical person.
Oh. Okay. But they thought yeah, okay. So they're just not sure.
They're just not sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, we also find out that on top of the lady being a fox, she's a doppel fox.
Okay, like yeah, how does that work?
So I think we'll answer that towards the end. I think that's the
Oh.
tale of the end of book 1, I think is the origin story of that.
Oh, okay.
So what could happen is that the original lady was like, I want to become super duper powerful in charge of the late wake. I'm gonna doppel a fox.
Okay.
I'm thinking what happened is that she doppled and then the fox
Killed
killed
the other
her
one. Mm.
and
Got her
said,
first tail that
I'm
way?
possible. I think they're born
Oh.
with one tail. So maybe that's how she got her second tail.
Yeah.
Possible. She kills the partner and then she's like, now I'm the lady. And then maybe she
Oh.
swaps out the real Princess Rose with her little fox baby. I don't know.
That's a great idea.
But the only thing that would
Huh.
lead to Rose not being a changeling or to being a doppel is that we find out later that Orin tries to use the secret ways and he's not able to.
Orin can't?
Yeah,
Oh.
well, we'll get
Yeah.
we'll get there
Yeah,
when we get
yeah.
there. Anyways, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Lots there.
Hmm.
Man. I had a line pulled out in that chapter where it says the ladies telling Aaron about ghosts, and she says when they sealed that castle, they decided ghosts weren't human. Then they decided those who had a doppelshift weren't either, no matter what they'd been born as or what children they could have. Decided to kill them to keep the rest of us pure. And it just sounded like royalties always needed a new enemy.
Ooh. What chapter is that?
The first one where they had the late wake meeting. So chapter 40.
Read that part again. That was the
Yeah.
line that thought was important and I didn't underline it.
Oh. When they sealed that castle, she said, they decided ghosts weren't human. And then they decided those who had a doppelshift weren't either, no matter what they'd been born as or what children they could have. Decided to kill them to keep the rest of us pure.
Or what children they could have.
Yeah, that line
You
just stuck
see?
out when you explained all the stuff.
Hmm.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So something happened with when they sealed up the castle, and it sounds like that's when they started the crusade on the Doppels.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down some history lore. It sounds like the king eras. There are 3 that we know about. It sounds like it started with the executioner,
Mm-hmm.
then it went to the steadfast king, then it went to the wasting king.
Yes.
So maybe what happened is the executioner started the crusade.
Oh, that makes sense.
And it sounds like when he closed up the castle, he hid whatever knowledge was there. I feel like they
Oh,
retold history to make the Doppel sound evil and make them villains. And if
that's
you,
such a good idea.
yeah, and if you were to unlock that knowledge, people would realize that it's all been a farce.
Interesting. Is that the second edition book?
I think so. I think that was one of the ones that maybe didn't get locked away or something.
Oh, that's fascinating.
That's
Huh.
just a guess.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, my big comment on the end of that chapter is that there's just like big parallels of what determines humanity, and they're just continually narrowing their scope of what's okay or and what's allowed. And then I think I probably said this at the end of section 2. It's just like another way of othering people
Right.
and narrowing what's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
eventually you
Yeah.
start turning on your own.
Yeah. I think that's a great theme that keeps coming up. And another theme that kept coming up as I was reading this was we learn there's a lot about accepting people who are different from you in this book.
Hmm.
A lot about, how relationships can change your mind.
Hmm.
Such good themes. So excellently done.
Yes, I agree.
Unlike
Oh no! No. Poor TJ.
I know. I was like, oh gosh. TJ had a different writing purpose. It's fine. But I was like, they have like the same themes.
That's
And this
true.
book is just so excellent.
This
I
this one
mean,
is
right?
this one is fabulous.
So good.
Yeah,
So that's just a thought I had a lot while I was reading this. So,
I know. There was a humorous line about Aaron and John the baker talking about the book and when John wants to borrow it. And oh, it might be with Rose. And Rose says, "Oh, that book. I hate that one. It doesn't make sense." And then Aaron says, "Well, good to know he wasn't just misreading then." And I thought that was kind of meta because I feel like I'm always like, this book doesn't make sense. I have to like really think about it.
that's
And then
hilarious.
on the next page, there's this like tale or something, and it says, even now, sometimes people will end on a sentence half done or doodle a little Kieran on the back page. It's like a way of ending on luck, because when you finish a thing, that's like dying, isn't it? But if there's something more, then you ain't finished yet. And I'm like, that's how Allison writes.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if she got that comment a lot and she's like, yeah.
I'm putting it in.
Yeah, great idea. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
One more question I had from this chapter was at one point, Aaron is talking to the lady. The lady says this quote that was on the sign off of King Liam's supposed suicide letter.
Hmm.
And Aaron says, sounds familiar. And she goes, it should. You wrote it. And I was like, did Marcus
Oh,
write Liam's suicide note?
I forgot about that.
I know. What was that?
So at the end, we find out the lady has finally sussed out that Aaron is not Marcus.
Yes. I feel like she's been on to him the whole time.
If she hasn't been on to him the whole time, she knows now.
Yeah. Things get
You
juicy at
wouldn't
the end.
you wouldn't forget what you wrote for the king's fake suicide letter. Like
That's one of your
he,
biggest jobs, probably.
yeah.
Gotta proofread it a million times.
Yeah, like you would not forget that. You wouldn't be like, "Oh,
Huh.
that sounds familiar. Have I read that somewhere?" No, you would know.
So, so what? Marcus wrote it and then mailed it to the lady? Because Marcus never reached the lady.
It might not be necessarily that he wrote it.
Oh, hand wrote
Maybe
it.
maybe he hand
Oh,
wrote it. Maybe he drafted the contents.
I see.
Like
That would
maybe
make sense.
yeah, was like thinking about it and someone else hand wrote it. He did make it to Toucan's. Because he died there.
Yes, yes, yes.
So he arrived there. So it's possible that it was part of his things that he
Mm,
had packed with him. Like it's possible that it had been with him. It's also possible that he had just come up with the contents of it and someone else
yeah.
wrote it later.
Yeah. 'Cause it could be in Liam's handwriting still. Like the lady
Right.
said, hey, write these things.
Right.
Yeah, maybe. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
But we're definitely seeing that he was up to some things.
Yeah,
Like he was in on the planning.
he
If the
definitely
lady is to
was.
believed.
That's true. That's a great point.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Hmm.
I have a note on the next chapter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep going.
Okay, so I forgot to put this into my summary, but Aaron also goes to the blacksmith and he gives them a crossbow from the Enclavers. So it's one of the special crossbows that can kill dragons. And now he's giving it
Hmm.
to a blacksmith. And it's like, was that so to teach them how to make these bows so that they can protect themselves? Also, what blacksmith is this? Is this in Onekin? Is this in the Downs? I was confused on this part. I don't know who got this crossbow.
Okay, what chapter is it?
This is chapter 41.
Oh, 41.
Yeah. So right after the late wake meeting.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. That's so funny. I wrote, who did he give this to? That's what I wrote.
Yes. I don't know.
Okay, okay. So Aaron waited in the church to man's God, a wrapped crossbow on the pew beside him. He's definitely in the underground.
Okay.
He meets a face, his face that's been doing errands. This goes to the blacksmith, he said.
It's
What do
got to
I
be in
get?
the
She
Downs
asked.
then.
In the
Yeah.
Downs, yeah. She's expecting it, Aaron told her, because it was true, but mostly to make the girl think twice before fencing the thing. Okay, so it sounds like I wonder if you're right. If Aaron is like, I want to, because it sounds like his master plan that we find by the end of the book is that he wants the Doppels to be free of being second class citizens.
Mm-hmm.
One of his techniques is to arm the enclavers with weapons that we find out in summary two. Maybe part of his plan is to arm the people in the down under with weapons as well. Powerful dragon doppling killing weapons.
I think that could make sense. He's just like leveling the playing field for everybody,
Yeah, that's what it kind of
distributing all the
sounds like.
resources.
Hmm. I think it's confusing because that's a secret nugget that I think will be unveiled in book three. I bet it will become
Mm,
important then. I think we'll
okay.
find out who has Aaron been corresponding with
Yeah.
in the Downs.
Ooh, I bet you're right.
That's what I think.
Interesting, interesting.
I noted that the humanity trials are very similar to the witches' trials.
Yes. So is the only outcome they die either way?
It's like either you're on death's door and you barely survive and maybe you live in a as a vegetable, or you're a doppel, or you're dead. It sounds like it's one of those
Okay.
things where it's
Yeah.
like kind of no matter what happens, it's bad for you.
Yeah. That's what I was getting too, but I wasn't sure like I don't know. Can you survive at the end if you're a human? But yeah, maybe not. Maybe you're just on the brink of death and you die anyway.
Right. It seemed very Salem witch trials to me.
Yeah.
I noticed that in one of the chapters, the lady is sitting down and she's petting a calico cat,
Mm-hmm.
which is the lucky cat.
Calico comes up a lot.
And the
What is
calico
different?
cat is a derivative of a kaibiyu.
Whoa.
So I
So
wonder
what
if
does
the
that mean?
kaibiyu and the lady are connected somehow.
Could be. How many kids does a fox have? Multiple?
They could have multiple kits, but what I'm thinking happened is that the lady doppled with the kitsune. The kitsune immediately kills her,
Uh-huh.
returns back as the lady. Maybe the original lady never wanted to have an affair with King Orin.
Oh. She had a total personality shift.
Maybe. And then now that she's the doppel, she's like, I want to get my babies out here and like infiltrate the humans from the inside.
Fascinating.
It could be.
Huh. Yeah, I
We
wonder what
don't
she was like
know.
before. Yeah, we don't.
I mean, we don't know how long the lady has been dead, probably dead and doppled.
Dead and doppled. I
Dead
bet
and
that's gonna be one
doppled.
of her chapter titles.
Oh! Allison, if you're listening, dead and doppled. That's for
Yes.
you for free. Yeah, so I
Fascinating.
think that's what's the trickiest part about these doppels is that they can blend in nearly seamlessly
Yeah.
because they get all of the memories of the person up until the point of doppling.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
if you doppel as very young, then you can grow into very individual people.
Right. Like John and John's brother.
Exactly. They doppled as kids, but if you doppel as an adult, then your personality's largely set, possibly. I don't know. At least your memories.
Fascinating.
I know. Hmm. There was something that was so funny to me. Aaron and John the Baker's brother, twin, they're fighting. And Aaron says, dim as a rock, I believe was the phrase. But
Oh
I'm
my
told you know your
gosh.
letters. So tell me what this spells. IDEOT. And the boy pauses.
Ah.
What? Aaron, I spelled it wrong, didn't I?
That was hilarious.
I
I
was like,
died.
that is the funniest thing I've ever read.
I feel like it's hard to be like funny while writing and not be like cheesy or like
Yeah.
whatever. But this was hilarious.
Well, because it's like everything you know about Aaron is that he would deliver that with just pure like conviction and confidence and just spell it so, so wrong.
Yeah. I love it.
All right. Anything else? Are we ready to go to the second half?
I think we're ready. I did have a prediction here, just because I also
Ooh.
like having predictions that turn out to be right. Um, and it says the dragons were being really tactful. They're behaving like humans and stuff, like they doppled someone in the military. And I said, I bet they doppled Jesse.
That would have been a good
Definitely.
guess.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I think we've talked about a lot of it. Oh, okay. The last thing I did highlight this line, we've already talked about humanity breaking death and then birthing ghosts. That was, I just want to tie it back to what the lady said is unique about humanity is that they break things.
Oh, yes.
So, so maybe they break things in a way other creatures can't, like they broke death.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting.
Interesting. Oh, the only other thing that I would add from your summary is that I think when Orin takes the last of his 9 poisons,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron slips him an antidote.
Yes. Oh, that he stole from the ladies' room.
Yeah.
Important.
And so that makes you believe that he's really human. because
Or
it seemed like
not.
he was gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, or not, or like he was on the precipice of changing.
Right, because he didn't die. So I feel like we're still unclear on whether Oren's a doppel or not, right?
Right. Yeah, and that was like a big thing because for Aaron, he kept saying like, "What's the point? Like, if you're human or you're doppel, he's like, it doesn't change anything. Like, you're who you are." And I'm like, gonna follow and listen to you. So that's why he's like, take the antidote. Like,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna prove anything to anyone. Sounds like that was a miscalculation.
What, not taking the antidote or
Saving Oren sounded like a bad move.
oh, things get wild at the end.
Yeah. Okay, so you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so starting at chapter 50, a surprise dragon attack begins in the Enclave fortress, leaving the humans stunned. Oren decides to hold yet another meeting and decides not to arm or release the Enclavers from their sleeping chambers. Disgusted, Aaron moves to deploy a secret plan he has cooked up. Step one is to make sure the lady is in harm's way. He delegates the lady as the messenger while confiscating her griffin skin. The lady will contact the Seals and Selkies to have them spread word of attack to the other human forts. In a turn of events, the lady likes the plan and follows Aaron's leads. Okay,
She
51 to
loves the plan.
52. She loves it. She's like, that's great. I'll totally leave and not get killed. We find out later why. Okay. The dragons blitzkrieg the Enclave fortress, and it takes all people and doppels to fend them off. Aaron's master plan is to get rid of the dragons while also freeing the Enclave Griffin people. By giving the Enclavers the opportunity to arm themselves and turn into their doppel forms, the Enclavers and humans are able to fight alongside each other, with John's mom leading the Enclavers and Lachlan leading the humans. While fighting ensues, Aaron and the Enclaver kids plant the seeds that the god of spring had gifted Aaron. With the Lord of Spring's supergrowth power, the team is able to expand the Forbidden Forest to include the entirety of the Enclave Fortress, which ends the fight. The mystery of John the Baker is once and all resolved as we find out that he and his quote twin are actually Griffin human doppels. Okay, is John the Baker the Griffin or
I
is he
think
the
he's the
human?
Griffin.
I think he's the Griffin too,
That's what it seemed like.
because he had all of his snowy white, feathery fur
He had all of
hair.
that. And then they had this big reunion, and I had just seen a line, but I went away from it. But one of them says like heart, and the other one says wings, and one of those tells you what each one is.
Oh, I have that. He wasn't opposed to being on joking terms with what he strongly suspected was John's other half, or perhaps the griffin who was meant to be. It would have been very dangerous to send an actual griffin doppel into one kin. A single downy feather growing in his hair would have gotten the baker's boy skinned. But heart and wings could still belong to each other, even if they couldn't yet be each other.
What?
So it to me what it sounds like, and we mentioned this before in our other recap, is that when you doppel, it's like as you continue to transform into your other form, you start getting stuck that way.
Okay.
Or you start, yeah,
At some point, yeah, I don't know.
you like cross over. So it sounds like maybe John the Baker is actually the human version.
Oh, you
And
think?
just because he says it would have been very dangerous to send an actual Griffin doppel into one kin.
So, okay, so that line makes it seem like John Baker is the human. But then the line that I had highlighted says, wings, John's twin shouted, and the little griffin spun towards them. It wasn't a name, only an endearment, every bit as much as the griffins chirped heart. And then they hug. And I thought
Mm,
heart was human, and wings was for the griffin.
man.
I don't know.
All right. Well, one thing is resolved. They are Griffin human doppels. Who's
That's
who? Still
true.
don't know.
Yeah, jury's still out.
Jury's still out. Okay. 53. The battle is over. Aaron tells the dragon doppels who fought alongside. So there were some people who had turned into dragons and doppled. And they said, we want to fight with the humans. And so Aaron's like, sure, why not? Okay. So Aaron tells those people to retreat to Onekin, but to be nice to the other rats. Aaron sees a doppel who had tried to change back into a human, but forgot to transform with her clothes back on. She's
Oh
in the nude.
no.
How embarrassing.
I wasn't really sure what that was about.
Felt important. We put it
I
in.
know it did, but I don't know why.
Yeah. Oh, this is the thing. Okay, so Oren drinks the last vat of poison along with a slip of Aaron's antidote to prove his humanness. So we already
So
talked
is
about
it
that a little bit.
confirmed he drinks the antidote though?
I think so.
Because I thought
Let's
Aaron gives it to him, but we don't actually see him take the antidote. But he does show up the next day and he feels fine, it seems. Or at least he feels better.
or he's been swapped.
Oh, you think he doppled at that last second? Like he wasn't a doppel before, but now he is?
So what we find out later is that both Oren and Jesse are dragon doppels. Jesse makes a
Oh,
comment
yes.
and she says, do you even know when we swapped out the
That's
human
right.
Oren with the dragon Oren?
Yeah,
And
that's
Aaron
right.
says he doesn't. And it's very possible that the human Oren died. And then that's when Jesse pulled in because we notice that right after this chapter, Oren and Jesse take the relationship to the next level.
That's right. Oh, yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
So I bet he died. And this is where the swap happened.
I bet you're right.
And you
That's
wrote,
wait, he died or yeah, okay. So
or they
he
killed
was a
him.
doppel before. He was already a doppel.
He's been a doppel since last year, but he didn't
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
He's the human Oren. Jesse, I believe she's been a doppel since she staged her death when she said she had long COVID. She was actually a dragon doppel.
Okay.
Okay. Dragon Jesse finds Dragon Oren and she's like, this is great. Let's be together
Uh,
and let's take over the town.
okay. So when you say staged her death, do you think Dragon Jesse killed human Jesse?
I'm thinking, yeah,
Oh, yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense.
because the body seemed like the right size and it fooled everybody and
Yeah.
it set ablaze.
So no ghost?
So a dragon could set a fire very easily
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but changing
and get
into a
out.
dragon would be very noticeable.
Yes, that's true.
Just bring some matches, maybe.
Fair enough. Okay. But what you wrote in this summary is that Jessie mysteriously disappeared for this scene. Is she a dragon doppel or is she getting the swapper?
Whoa.
Yeah. Is she getting the Orin dragon doppel and sliding them in? You
Huh.
see? She
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, that
She's
makes
like,
a
I
lot of
gotta go,
sense.
guys. I have to do something. And she gets
Yeah,
her new
on
boyfriend.
my lover's no, last night of drinking poison.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I bet that's right.
Okay.
Fascinating.
54. The party returns home to the castle. Oren and Jesse take their situationship to the next level, leaving any brotherly love for Rose in the dust. Because it was a personality shift because Oren and Rose were really getting along. And then after this, he says, no dice.
Yeah, you're right.
Aaron
Interesting.
Aaron reminds Oren to make time for Rose. Adelaide continues teaching Aaron how to sword fight and makes plans for them to return to their home in Three Havens. I wrote that because I didn't know what Three Havens was for a long time. That's the home of Duke Song.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so he can meet their people. We also find out that the people from Salt Main want the dragon pact back so life is more stable.
Understandable, honestly.
They're like, this
Please just
sucks,
sacrifice your
guys.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're dying out here.
They're like, just have one kid. Although if you can only have one kid, then the human population will decline.
Oh,
So you have to
fascinating.
have You have to have at least three. Yeah, you have to have at least four. Man, that sucks.
Fascinating. So you think the lady was behind this dragon pact?
I don't know.
Could make sense.
Could be.
Well, it's been around for a long time, so maybe not. But
Probably not, but maybe with her maybe her foxiness,
yeah,
she could have been around for a long, long time.
yeah.
Okay, last chapter. We discover both Orin and Jesse are dragon doppels, who both hosted, so they hosted the council meeting to
Council.
kill, council meeting to kill all of the royal party in one tail swoop. Rose and Lachlan escape through the old ways and meet up with Aaron. Aaron Aaron was trying to get Connor out in the old ways too, and he left him there and he forgot. Whoopsie do.
I know. Is Connor gonna use his like moon magic to get out, or is he just gonna starve in there?
I don't know. We're not worried about him right now.
Yeah, they left.
They left. Okay. The castle inhabitants flee their home towards, ironically, Toucans.
Oh,
Before Aaron leaves the castle, he finds the lady drinking a Starbucks latte and a scone, which had been made with poison from John the baker. As the
but
poison
neither of them
takes
knew it.
effect, neither of them knew it. As the poison takes effect, because Aaron ate a scone too, Aaron discovers that the lady is the Four Tails' daughter, and now Three Tail Kitsune who flees the scene.
Whoa.
End.
Whoa. Okay, so he has the antidote with him.
He had it. He had it with him.
Oh, so did Orin not take it then?
I think he had multiple
Oh, maybe he had multiple. Okay.
because he had been getting. So what we found out, because in our second summary, Aaron was going down into Toucans with his like little um face person and like sending different medicines and things, and we were like, why is he doing that? I think he was trying to identify what are these poisons, what do they get used for, what are the antidotes, and so I think he figured out this is an antidote for this poison that he was going to try to kill the lady with. And John the
Oh,
baker, I guess,
had the
stole
same
that
one?
poison is what
Oh.
I took it as. And then John the baker made these special scones for the lady and then hightailed it out of there. And he told Aaron, so the batch of scones that he made for the lady, he told Aaron, those aren't for you, don't eat them. And Aaron grabbed one to eat for later. He eats it with the lady in her presence,
Mm-hmm.
and they both get poisoned. But lucky for Aaron, he was holding on to an antidote and then he took it, so he was okay.
Yeah. Fascinating. Okay, but so it's kind of interesting because it's like she did her own humanity trial all at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guess is that why it forced her to, is that why she switched? Because she's fine as a fox?
Yeah. I think her human
So
body couldn't endure the poison.
does that mean if she switches back, she'll go back to dying? Or
I don't think so. I
can
think
she find
after
an
enough
antidote?
time it will like process out, I'm assuming.
Okay. Very interesting. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Also, though, I think so. I found the quote at the end where they are both dying, and Aaron says, "I've got the real bezoar." She goes, "I'd gathered." So I think he does have the poison from her
Oh.
room, or sorry, the antidote from her room.
Yeah, and did he swap fake antidote for her? Oh, that's tricky.
Um, yeah, he put a rock there. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was good. That was
Mm-hmm.
good.
Okay.
Man, a lot happened. The dragon scene really got me, where they, um, at the council meeting, the
Mm-hmm.
dragons came, like that line with Orin where he's like, "Well, how long do you think I've been a dragon? When did the real Orin
Mm-hmm.
die?" And we're like, "What?"
Well, it just kind of goes to show what is a human if I can walk around you and be with you and you don't even notice.
Yeah,
So what are we fighting about?
yeah. Who's making these definitions?
Yeah, so I think it's very evident that Orin was doppeled a long time ago because they were saying how sophisticated the dragon doppels are. The flip side though, could be that Jessie was the one who was originally doppled, and she would have very similar information to Orin because she had to go to all of their meetings.
Right. Could be either
So
or both.
could be either or both. Yeah, we don't know. One thing that I wanted to say is that Aaron, how Aaron and I don't think it was Lachlan. Did Lachlan get out in the old ways?
He went with Rose out of the council room, yeah. And they like
Because
walked through the wall.
that's interesting because I believe what happened is that Oren tried to follow them, but then he couldn't because he did not have the royal blood. So how could Lachlan
Yeah.
go through?
Because I think there's something about either he was like holding hands with Rose or like she can give permission to people because she says this line of like, not you, and then Orin can't go through.
Right, but if Oren had the royal blood, she couldn't, I don't think, prevent him.
No. So the royal blood's through the lady?
Well, I think what I'm trying to say is that Rose is probably not a doppel or a changeling because she has real bona fide human blood. Because here you have a royal doppel who cannot get in.
Could Orin get in before?
I don't think so. And because, well, I'm sure before he doppled, yes, but in the first book, Orin is trying to make sure the old ways go away.
Oh.
Which if he can't get in them because he's a dragon and he doesn't want anyone finding out, that would make a lot of sense as to why he wants them to go away.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that could be it. I wasn't sure if it was because they were from different family lines, but then that'd be a little confusing why Aaron can go through.
Right. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think I think if Rose can go through, then Oren can definitely go through. And it's a little surprising that
Okay.
Aaron can go through, but I guess Duke Song is also part of the royal lineage, perhaps.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So that's what makes me believe that Rose is a plain old Kitsune daughter who either has magical powers or is a full-on fox. And maybe she doesn't know it yet.
Fascinating. We're all in for a treat.
There was a line in book one where Aaron says that he's glad that Rose is so far away from the throne because she would be like a very ruthless leader,
Oh, like the lady.
like the lady. Yeah, I wonder if Rose goes full fox. Will she,
But good fox.
would she be a good fox? Would she be evil?
I feel like she'd be good. I don't see Rose flipping like that.
Yeah.
She seems to really care about her people.
Mm-hmm. I know. I agree. Okay. Do you have any highlights? Because we're running on time here. So I want to make
Yeah,
sure
I
that,
feel like we've talked about all the big things.
yeah. Okay. So here is the story from
Wait, wait,
the,
wait, wait, wait.
oh,
There's one line that answers something that one of your theories.
ooh,
So, about the lady being a fox doppel and whether she's a human or the fox version.
oh, yes.
And so, this is at the end. Aaron and the lady are having their showdown. Aaron says, "Was it the king?" he asked, nodding to that third tail, "or your father?" "My sister's father, to be precise," she said. So she was the human half of that doppel pair. "I forgave Liam years ago, more's the pity, but I never quite got over being dragged to a den to be eaten. It was formative, as childhood experiences go."
Oh.
So, what happened? She was a
So
fox?
So it sounds like her parents were like, we want you to doppel with this fox.
Oh, you think?
And they dragged her over there to like this very dangerous place so that she would be so afraid for her life that she would wish to be doppeled. And then we don't know what happened to her counterpart. Her
Oh,
counterpart could be dead, it could still be out there.
interesting. Okay.
Okay, so
Interesting.
now I'm going to read. It's kind of, well, I'll just read it.
Okay.
Okay. A human child was alone in the woods. A fox found her there. He was hungry and he had kits to feed back in his den. 4 fine kits, the same as his number of tails. The girl would be easy to catch. Girl, are you lost? Come here and I will help you. Your fur looks so soft, she said. Would you like to touch it? She did. She drew nearer still until her small hand stroked the fur of his shoulder. You're not going to kill me, she said. How can you be so sure? He smiled then. He did not try to make his smile kind. She was already too close to run. Because I am going to live, the girl said. I've decided, and you won't change my mind. You say you will live as if you have a right to it, the fox said, its lips stretched back from its teeth. You were born. That is all the more the world will give you. The rest you must take. How much can your hands hold, girl? Everything, she replied. The fox looked into her eyes, then he threw back his head and he laughed. And when he was done with his laughter, the girl was still alive and he was dead. That is the truth.
So that was the lady you're thinking?
Well, it sounds like it because it's a human child with the four-tailed fox.
Wow.
He has 4 babies, and then she says that she wants everything. And then when he was done with his laughter, the girl was still alive and he was dead. And she killed the four-tailed fox.
Oh, wow. That was a good connection.
And that was from The Kingdom Between the Hills and Other True Tales. What was the book that
Wasn't
John
that
the
the book?
Baker, was that the book that John the
Well,
Baker took?
because there's a fairy tale book and then there's a second edition book, right?
Yeah, what was the second edition book?
I forget.
Can you look on your Kindle? What was it called?
Um, I think Kingdom Tales is the second edition, actually.
So that might be the
Yeah,
book about the
Kingdom
lady.
Tales. Oh,
She
oh
might
my
be,
gosh.
this girl might be 1,000 years old.
Whoa. That's such a good connection. I never would have noticed that.
Yeah,
That's good.
I know.
Wow. Man.
And
Okay, also
then,
Kieran. Oh yeah.
oh, go for it.
I was just gonna say Kieran's have also come up. We didn't talk about them. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm sure that'll come up in the third book.
So, in the beginning of book 1, there is a little tale, and it is about a fox with one tail and a Kirin. And it sounds like this was the first agreement that was made between the two of these kind to work together. So, I think there's something tied in with them.
Oh, I thought they tricked each other.
No, they work together. Well, it sounded like the fox. It I don't know
I
if I
think
should
they
just read
tricked
that
each other
thing.
because it was something about like the Kieran's like, I'll bless you tomorrow, but promise me that I'll live today. And the fox said, she said, promise me that I'll live today. The fox said, I promise. And she goes, okay, then I'll bless you tomorrow. And the Kieran
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah, the fox came upon a Kirin. No, so it says a fox came upon a Kirin caught in a trap. Generic. He had been there many days. Fox, open this trap, the Kirin says. And then the fox says, I can't. I don't have any hands. So I think the fox just found the Kirin. I don't know that it was necessarily the fox's trap.
Well, but then the fox alerts the people who then come and hunt the Kieran. Because the fox is like, I'll
And
go find help. And the Kieran's like, okay, sure. I'll bless you tomorrow if I'm still alive. But then the fox goes to the town and tells, hey, everyone, there's Kieran over there. That's what I remember.
Okay. Let's look. Okay. Um, Fox, open this trap, Kieran says. I can't, she says, I don't have hands. Kieran says, Fox, you just got to dig the pegs. Fox says, I can't. A hunter's following me. I hear his dog. They hate dogs. If I stay to dig, I'll be torn to pieces. And then this is where I think you're thinking. The Kieran says, run to the town and tell my family where I am so that they can free me. And then the fox says, there's no need. Oh, for I have led the hunter here. Oh, I see what you're saying. And then she says, we'll both be saved. Only offer him your blessing, because of Kieran's blessing's worth a lot. And then do as I say, and you will live 1,000 years and more. Your grandchildren will crown emperors, offer you blessings, and you will be free. So I don't know that she's like, I led the hunter here on purpose, or we just happen to both be in this bad situation against the human and the dog, and we need to work together.
That's the whole story? How does it end? Because I thought it ended with you realizing that the fox tricked the Kieran.
The hunter came short minutes later. The fox had already left. She ran and ran past the town, past the Kieran's family. Their antlers were hung on men's walls, their silver-scaled pelts stretched over racks, their bones left to whiten in the sun. They had been dead for many days. One more question the Kieran had asked her before the man came, before she ran. Is what you say true, Fox? Today you will be saved. Then I will give you my blessing tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like foxes and Kieran are against each other because foxes lie and Kierans are the truth. Mm.
Oh, my genius sister.
Yeah, that one just came to me.
Big brain. I love that. You're right.
Yeah, so that might come up in book 3.
I think so. Okay. So, end of book games. Rating, we can just skip to the end. I'm giving a 5. The end.
Yeah, I think I'm giving a 5 too. I don't see
Yeah.
anything I would change.
Yeah.
Perfect 5. Read it like Reddit. Not a ton on Reddit or Goodreads or other places. I think the biggest thing that came up was people are pretty split on whether they like how confusing it is. Some people are like, finally, a fantasy book that doesn't hold your hand the whole way and like gives you
Mm-hmm.
intrigue and you have to figure it out on your own. And then other people were like, it was kind of confusing and I didn't always know what was going on, but I liked the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I thought that was interesting though, that some people really liked that it wasn't all clear.
I think it depends on like how intellectual you want to be about a book.
I think so. How closely you want to read every line.
Right. Do you want to become a scholar or do you want to just read a book and have a good story?
I know. Do you want to talk about it for 4 hours so that it makes sense?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Are you going to listen to this podcast and have us explain it to you? No, you're not going to get it.
Yeah. It's not made for you.
Not made for you. Yeah, so I get that. Like I think that's what's so enticing about a book like say Court of Thorn and Roses, where there is a certain level of intrigue and political. You have a lot of these elements, but they are much simpler.
Yeah. Entertaining.
Yeah, it's
Less thinking.
entertaining. Right. It's kind of told to you. You have like the classic trope of person who doesn't know anything and someone explains it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Great device so that you're not wondering and confused, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing people said. They said you definitely can't skim this book because every single line means something very important. Like, you're
Yes.
right. But great readability. I don't know how many books we've read on this podcast that we would want to reread again. Like we were like, I really want to reread that again.
Right.
Maybe a good number, but maybe some of them, but not a lot.
I feel like most of the books that we read, we pick them clean.
Yeah,
There's nothing left for us to
we've already read
reread.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like like I said, scholar. PhD.
Yes.
This book, I don't feel like I'm a PhD.
Oh no. I actually was thinking if we do the third book when it comes out, it we could have a really nice service for the world where we like recap books 1 and 2 or something.
Wow.
And then yeah, and then we're like, here's high level, here's how this world works. Now you're ready for
Yes.
book 3.
Yeah. I think that's fabulous. Love that idea.
I think that could be good. We'll re-listen to our lectures to recap.
Oh my God. I would be so curious to know how close we get to what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, okay, I feel like what we've landed on is correct, but is it correct? How correct is it? It'd be great to know.
It would be.
Oh, questions for the author. Let's come up with that right now.
We haven't played that game in forever. We never come up with questions anymore, but for Allison, we've got lots.
Well, well, some questions we don't want to send to the author.
Oh yeah, for
I'm
other
like, oh,
books.
yeah, we're like, oh. Okay.
Although I feel like a lot of her questions will be answered. We had a question about the Red Trident, Executioner. How do
Can we
doppels
look at what
work?
our first email was? Because I felt like when we asked it, there were certain things where I was like, this doesn't make sense.
Oh, like the cat. Mrs.
Like,
White never
yeah,
came back.
yeah, what happened to Mrs. White?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. What were the questions that we asked and what were the answers?
So we found combo of European and Japanese mythology. So interesting. What's the inspiration? Why
Okay.
are you absent from the internet?
Okay.
Are you V. Schwab's wife?
Oh, that was a
How
good one.
will you confirm or deny? No question mark. How did you keep all the body swaps straight in the writing process? Was Aaron's survival a deviation from the original timeline or part of the timeline? Would you rather live as a human or non-human? How does the lady
Okay.
not recognize a swap between Aaron and Marcus? Are they
Okay.
twins? Same thing for the Duke. Why was Mrs. White accepted in the court when all other non-humans were persecuted? That was it.
Okay. Okay. So I think we did get all of those answers in this one. There was one
I
that she
think so.
said was checks notes is a spoiler.
Okay. Why was Miss White accepted in the court when all non-humans were persecuted? Oh, having, and she says that's not exactly how it was. She didn't get to sit like with the rest of the council. Um, but asking why the king didn't have her killed is a very good question. The answer to which is checks notes, a spoiler for book 3, because I don't think we've Miss White never came up in this one, unless is she related to the lady? No, that can't be it.
Right. Is that like the lady's fox doppel or something?
Right.
Well, these foxes can transform. The four-tailed fox transformed into anybody.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. Did we ever see the lady and Mrs. White in the same room together?
I don't I don't know, but I remember thinking that Mrs. White was Rose, and I was like, we never see Rose in the
Oh, wow. That'd be wild if Rose knows that she's a cat. Rose kind of feels like a cat.
She feels very cat-like, and if she is part fox, then she can transform. I mean, it's still on the table that she was Mrs. White and she wasn't allowed to participate. And so that was how she was able to. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, and she wanted to participate as her human self.
Well, they wouldn't let her participate as her human self because she's a fae.
Right.
She had to stay hidden. So then she would transform into this like benign cat.
Yeah. Huh.
But I don't know. Maybe that's book 3. Maybe Mrs. White will come back.
Yeah, because I don't think that one was answered.
No, not to us.
Yeah.
Who is Mrs. White? Where did she go?
Yeah, I know. Is she Rose or is she the lady?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think a question was Oren swapped after the ninth dose?
Hmm. I
with
feel like that
his
might be a
dragon.
spoiler that we find out.
I'm gonna ask it anyway. All right, what else?
Um, I have questions about the red trident.
Yeah. What is the red trident? Is it the late weight counterpart? That's what I thought it was. What did you think it was?
I thought maybe a phase of the late wake. It's like it used to be called the red trident. I guess that's kind of similar.
No, because a counterpart is a
What's
late
a
weight
separate
counterpart for
another kingdom?
Eris's
Oh yeah.
country. Is it a phase of the late wake?
Oh yeah, I think those are good questions.
Okay. What else? Did Jesse's dragon doppel kill her human counterpart
Mm,
and set the cottage ablaze?
I think that's a good one.
Yeah. What else?
Is Connor gonna rot in the old ways? Or is he gonna use his moon magic to navigate out?
Will Connor ever get out of the old ways? Seems like he was forgotten.
I know,
Or
Aaron
his much
left him in
hotter
there
twin.
pitch black.
Oh my God. I'll just throw this out there. Is Rose a fox?
Oh, so then she knows we're on to her.
I know.
I feel like for all these questions, we should preface it with we realize these may all be spoilers,
Yeah.
but answer whatever you would like to.
Yes, I think so too.
Um, we had a question about the crossbow, but I feel like that's going to come up in book three.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have a question about where Aaron came from? Or no?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so one of the things that I had postulated as I think I was thinking that maybe Aaron is a doppel of Marcus.
Oh, I mean, that would make sense.
But what wouldn't make sense is that he's able to go through the old ways.
Unless the Doppel theory isn't right.
Unless the doppel theory is not right. But I was thinking that maybe Aaron and him doppeled very young or something. Because it seems like he doesn't have any memories, but it sounds like the doppels do get the memories, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, but if he was really young, he wouldn't have had any memories to share. But
Yeah,
it
but
seems like,
go for it.
well, I was gonna say it seems like Aaron's human, but maybe it's enough that he just believes that he's fully human.
Right.
So, what? I guess we would have no idea what animal they would have doppled with. Like, what's the animal version?
Maybe a stag
That would make a lot of sense. Stag's a good
because he's a
one.
vegetarian. He's like strictly vegetarian.
But I don't think that's by like taste. I think it's because the meat is normally doppel meat. So he never eats it.
Yeah, but he won't even eat anything meat. He couldn't even
Mm.
swallow, he couldn't even make himself swallow the fox's tongue.
Oh,
Like it's
that's a
so
good thought.
abhorrent to him.
Okay. Yeah, that could be an idea.
And he said that he felt very unnatural with the wings, with the griffin, but
Oh,
the
that's
antlers
true.
he was kind of okay with. Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
interesting? I'm gonna ask, is John the baker the griffin doppel or the human doppel? I
Yeah.
could not figure that one out.
Yeah.
Oh, why was Lachlan not, why was Lachlan allowed back in?
Oh, after his grandma killed
Yeah,
the executioner. Yeah,
yeah.
was everyone on board with this plan?
Yeah,
Do you have any other questions?
I think that's it. All right.
Yeah.
I wanted to get them while we were fresh because I feel like we always try to come up with it after and my brain's just mush.
Yeah, I forget about it. I think that's a
Ugh.
good idea.
Okay. Summary, fabulous book. So good. Can't wait to read the third one. Who was your friend that recommended this?
My friend Claire.
Claire. Good job, Claire.
Excellent. She has great taste.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell her to recommend another book. I think for programming, we wanted to do a couple of easy reads after this.
Yes.
So I had The Little Prince and The Alchemist.
Do I do the Little Prince next?
Yeah, The Little Prince there's a free PDF online.
Actually, I have The
Ooh.
Alchemist right here.
Wow. Okay.
I
So
feel like The Little Prince would be quicker though.
yeah, I think we should do The Little Prince because we have a short week and then we can record again
Yeah.
this weekend. The Alchemist, I don't think that has a free PDF.
B. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
no,
you
it
know what? One of
does.
the Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want to know what one of the reviews is for The Alchemist on the back?
What does it say?
As memorable and meaningful as The Little Prince. Look at that. We're
Wow.
doing a good combo here.
Yeah, I think so. Have you read both of these
Nice.
books before?
I have. I've read The Alchemist more recently. I haven't read The Little Prince since middle school. So I really don't remember it. I just remember there's different planets and stuff.
I can't believe that The Alchemist has a 3.92 rating.
It says
All right.
international best-selling phenomenon. Does it have like a gajillion reviews though?
Yeah, it has like 3.3 million reviews. You would think it would be at least a 4.
It's all the haters.
It seems like there's a lot of haters on this, so that'll be interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
it was just published in 1988. Pretty recent.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yay. Well, I'm excited for both of these.
Yeah, so we're gonna do those one or two parts for each of those. We'll see. And then after that, I don't know what we're gonna do. I think Tress and the Emerald Sea was kind of on my list. Sanderson.
Oh, yeah. We could do that one.
I found out it's a spin on The Princess Bride, so
Whoa.
that kind of sold me a little bit.
Now we gotta.
Yeah. So, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. But if you guys have any ideas or you want us to read something, just let us know. Lexi really wants us to do Akatar book 2.
Oh, yes. This is the year of sequels. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna do it.
I said we are going to do it, but that's a big one. So
Oh,
I need
really?
to,
How big?
I mean, it's at least longer than the other one. I
Oh,
mean, they don't get
yeah.
shorter.
I guess that's true.
So I want to do that
Yeah.
once I get back from my trip to Japan.
I know. I didn't know you're going to Japan. Mom
I
told me.
know. I'm going to Japan the end of the month and I'm going to see the kitsune. Real
Whoa, that is
deal.
so cool. You
I
should,
know.
if you want to write any of that in your email, or I guess you could wait until after your trip to Japan if you wanted to
Oh, I was going to
share
ask.
anything
I'm
with
going to
Allison.
Japan.
Oh, yeah. Any Rex?
Japan, what's your number one recommendation
That sounds tough.
in Tokyo?
Okay. Probably good. What's your number one recommendation about the United States? I know it's not the same.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, this has
I
been
love it.
awesome. Loved
Yeah,
reading
this
this
was
book.
super fun. Me too. Excited for book three.
Yeah, me too. All right, girly. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.